Hey everyone, it's Rose Crystal and I'm back with another Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony episode. Last time we conducted our 4th investigation for this series, and that is unfortunately the victim this time was none other than Miu Iruma, who died tragically after going into the virtual world. And then when we pulled out of it, we realized she was dead from shock of losing her avatar. Her avatar sustained fatal damage, and that ultimately ended up killing her. Since I didn't have a lot to go on with the Monokuma file and the investigation, I don't know how she died, and I don't know who killed her, but that's what we're here to find out. It's either us or the killer. And you can see once again I'm wearing the Saihara cosplay because this was the agreement I made too. This is the agreement I made, and I'm going to be wearing the Saihara cosplay throughout every episode. Well, not every episode, every trial episode. There we go. Trial episode. So, let's move on with the story. It looks like that's everyone. Oh, that's everyone, huh? There's a lot less of us now.
It's plain to see.
This is just half of what we started with.
Unfortunately.
We've allowed this game to continue. We must stop it somehow.
Right?
But we can't stop now. We can't let this fun end.
Don't!
Cut it out. I'm certain this trial will be the last one.
Hey.
Let's focus on surviving this class trial first.
I guess.
You're right. If we mess up here, our numbers will go down even quicker. It'll just be the culprit left.
But...
That might be okay. Maybe that's just another way to stop the killing game. If we all died, then the killing game would end.
What?
Don't say stupid crap like that. It's pointless if we all die.
Okay.
But we don't have to worry. We've got the ultimate detective on our side.
You're right!
It's time for the detective to shine, Shuichi. Please keep up the good work.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Yes, I have to keep it together. This is the only time my talent can shine. I'm not just saving my life. Everyone's life is on the line. If I can't find out the truth here, everyone will be sacrificed. And I will never let that happen.
Come on,
Hey,
man.
Shuichi, you're getting all tense.
Huh?
What?
I mean,
Didn't I tell you before? Shuichi, don't carry the burden all.
Get
Didn't I tell you before not to get in the way, Kaito?
huh?
What's your problem?
You really don't
We're all relying on Shuichi to carry our asses through this class trial, okay? You're like a parrot repeating the same lines over and over. You're bothering him. No, he's not. He's giving me motivation.
Well, you know.
I think that's the most annoying thing you could do to Shuichi, you know that?
Huh?
What do you mean I'm not? Shut up, Kokichi. You're annoying. Yeah, please cram it, Shuichi. Cram it, Kokichi.
Please
Whoa,
don't.
killer girl's glaring at me. I was only kidding around. Yeah, sure. Maki's glare seemed to do the trick as Kokichi turned around dejected. Hold on just a second, guys. I apologize. Let me plug this back in. This better not be an occurrence during the rest of the trial. Alright.
Jeez.
Finally, that pest is gone. Thanks, Maki Roll. Just suck it up, Kaito. Now's not time to be bickering with each other.
Got it.
My bad, sorry.
Kaito,
I'm okay.
well...
I know what you want to say, Kaito. You don't have to worry.
I believe in
In
you.
that case, I will believe in you, and I won't say anything else.
Shuichi!
If you have any problems, let me know. I'll help you. I'm here for you, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kaito. I love this relationship. Gosh dang it. If only we didn't see what would happen with Kaito with the whole coughing up blood thing, I would have believed in this relationship a whole lot more. But gosh dang it, Spike Chunsoft, why you gotta do your girl like this? I already lost my pianist girlfriend. I don't need to lose Kaito as well. Come on, don't do this to me. But that is not our main concern at the moment. Our main concern is getting here, and
Let's do it.
our main concern is surviving.
Okay.
Let's go. Yeah. For all of our sakes, we have to. The 8 of us got into the elevator. The door shut behind us. I'm gonna do this whole class trial in 2 videos if possible. Wish me luck. And like all those times before, we descended. It was dead quiet. The only sound I could hear was the beating of my heart in my ears. My body was trembling. The more I tried to control it, the worse it got. There's no way to get used to it, really. The fear of death. We were all fighting it, trying to be courageous. We felt as though we were going to our own execution. No, test of our will to survive. That's another way to put it. Finally, the elevator stopped and the doors opened. And though I couldn't explain it, my body stopped trembling. Welcome! Go ahead and stand by any open podium. Whoa! Move your sister. You don't want to see what it'll do to you if you keep following.
Huh?
Wait, is he back to normal?
Why?
You're not a friend anymore? Oh, that's right, because he was our friend, or supposedly he wanted to. You jerks must have been pretty slick, using Monotaro's forgetfulness to befriend him. He decided on his own to be friends.
You bastard!
But I won't let you guys trick Monotaro anymore because he's already forgotten. He may have forgotten that he was on Daddy's side. But now he's forgotten that he was on Daddy's side. Thanks to me, because I smacked the stuffing out of him. How confusing. Whatever.
Really?
I can't remember, but one of you guys is the culprit, right? I can't be in the same room as a killer. It's dangerous. I'm gonna lock myself in my room, maybe even set up a barricade. That's another death flag.
Anyway,
Let's get started. The heart racing with excitement as the black and the sparks finally face off. We went to our podiums, as always. We knew what we had to do. There was no protest left in us. That's already the 4th time. The 4th class trial is about to begin. Yuruma, the ultimate inventor. She may have given us a lot of trouble, but we all miss her. It's a tragedy after all. I mean, she may have been throwing inappropriate comments around and all the other stuff that would get me demonetized, but she's still a human being, y'all. She did not deserve that. She helped me and Kaede with those cameras, gave Kibo extra functions. In the end, she had done a lot for us. And the culprit that killed her is one of us. I need to discover who that is. In order to survive, I have to find the culprits. And I will fight for it. I will fight with truth and lies in this class trial. 4th time around. Let's do this. Let's find out who this culprit is. The students enter a virtual world to try and find the truth of the outside world. But somehow, Mew is killed. This trial blends a virtual world with the real world. That it does. We don't have anything that may help us. I already got pretty much what we need to for this trial, or I hope so. So, without any further ado, after this save point, let's go right in. Begin class trial. Let's do this.
now then, let's begin with a basic explanation.
Hey, we don't have to do this trial if you're not feeling up to it, man. That again. Since when? Oh. That's gonna be an annoyance.
Screw it. This is tiresome.
I hear that.
You need more motivation!
I do. I really, really do. Now then, let's start this class trial.
Before we start, I just want to ask something since there's not a lot of us left. What happens if the votes result in 2 first places?
What do you mean by that?
Huh? You mean like a tie? It means they're both the blackened. As long as one of them is correct, it's fine.
Monokuma sounds like me when I don't have any motivation for artwork.
Daddy, are you sure you should make a decision like that so casually?
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
You need more motivation, man. And since when do I care? Since when do I care how you're feeling, but at the same time, I actually do care. You need motivation for this.
Thanks. Since that's answered, I can start enjoying this life or death game now.
What game? How long are you gonna keep saying that?
I agree with Kaito. How long are you gonna keep saying that?
Just ignore Kokichi. The rest of us need to work together to find the truth.
Nice, let's do this. I'm glad you're pitching in, Himiko.
Got it! We can't die here!
Heck yeah.
Oh my! Himiko has become so determined! It's true! People really do change!
but now she's lost what made her so unique.
So have you.
That's none of your business!
We should focus on the class trial. First, we need to clarify.
Kaito's the culprit!
I'm sorry?
What? Say that to my face!
He is.
While we were all still logged in, Kaito logged out alone, right? You were able to move freely. Doesn't that mean you could have committed the murder?
I mean, not that I don't believe Kaito is a culprit, but just because he logged out doesn't mean he could have committed the murders. I don't think he would have known.
Don't screw around! There's no way I'm the culprit!
Kaito right. Kaito couldn't have killed Mew.
And also, he said he went right to sleep afterwards, and I doubt he'd lie.
How long are you gonna keep saying that? Trusted people can still kill, you know.
That's true, but still, come on.
We already saw that a bunch of times. So many times. Since Kaede.
Can you stop bringing up the Kaede incident? Just because Kaede killed does not mean Kaito was capable of the same thing. Stop it, Kokichi. The fact that Kaito was the only one logged out is suspicious. But he's not the culprit, he can't be. I'm gonna shut you up with word bullets. That's what I'm gonna do.
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in though. That's when you poisoned her, right, Kaito?
I don't think so.
Kaito culprit? Impossible!
Of course it's impossible, because I didn't do it! I mean, we found that bottle of poison on Kokichi's seat, didn't we?
The culprit was trying to pin the blame on me. That diversion was part of your plan, right, Kaito?
Well, Kaito, any last words?
What do you mean, last words?
First we decided if he was killed in the real world or the virtual world. That's what the problem was.
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still
Oh wait,
logged in though.
crap.
That's when you poisoned her.
Okay. According to this, killing in simulator, objects can't break, avatars cannot be injured. However, the body's 5 senses are connected to the avatar. Any damage an avatar takes is felt how to use their body. They will die of shock.
Right, Kaito?
Kaito culprit?
No.
Of course it's
Hold on.
impossible.
Hold on. That part's true. Okay.
Kaito logged out first. Mew was still logged in though. That's when you poisoned her.
No! You saw that you poisoned her, right? So even the smallest amount can kill. Doesn't agony on your face don't make someone's poison. Which is why Kaito is the culprit. I'll be up here. Give me a second, y'all.
Kaito logged out first by himself. Mew was still logged in though. That's when you poisoned her.
Who says he poisoned anyone? You're wrong!
That's wrong!
Mew wasn't killed by poison, and the warning on the label proves it. Drinking the poison would result in subconjunctival hemorrhaging.
And according to Mew's body discovery, she didn't suffer any poison wounds.
In other words, your eyes would be bloodshot.
Exactly. And her eyes were not bloodshot.
Oh, but Mew's body.
That's right. Her eyes weren't bloodshot. She wasn't killed by that poison.
Then what was that poison for?
Probably a diversion. The culprit wanted us to think Mew died by poison.
Then, what was her real cause of death?
We don't know, though. Even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us that. Mew's real cause of death. It's the only one I can think of. I can think that Mew's corpse, it shows. The only thing we do know. Could have been the murder weapon?
Damn it!
Crap.
Damn it!
Okay. That's in the virtual world.
Oh no!
Crap, wait, what am I doing? Okay, breathe. The killing game simulator.
This is it!
She died in the virtual world.
Mew's cause of death was the killing game simulator itself. In the virtual world, if your avatar takes fatal damage, your real body dies of shock.
That's what I said at the beginning. How am I that forgetful?
That was made clear in the program's text file.
Miu received fatal damage in the virtual world and died from that shock.
In that case, it's fair to say that the cause of death was actually the simulator.
Gonta has question.
What's up?
Where is this virtual world place? What floor is it on?
Weren't you there with us?
If you don't understand, then don't say anything.
He was there.
If Mew was killed in the virtual world, then the next thing we need to figure out is what caused her to incur fatal damage within the virtual world.
So her cause of death in the virtual world is the one that matters.
That's the idea.
It seems like Gonte is confused. So why don't we review things a bit? So we split into 2 groups to find the secret of the outside world.
The ones who searched the mansion were me, Shuichi, Tsumugi, Gonta, and that NPC Kaito.
He's not an NPC, dude.
Hey, who you calling NPC, you ASS?
Alright, that is my hands down favorite insult. Good job, Kaito.
And the others who searched the chapel were Keyboy, Maki, Himiko, and the late Mew.
How could someone have given her fatal damage in that situation?
True. And while the senses are connected, yeah, someone could have just kicked her till she received fatal damage, but according to her avatar and her body, she looked like she was grasping her hands around her neck.
That's what we gotta think about. Now, let's all work together.
Aww, little Himiko is all grown up. Too bad your chest hasn't grown up, though.
That's not the issue.
That was uncalled for. Someday, my chest will grow like crazy.
Let's begin then.
Yes. The fatal damage that Mew received in the virtual world. Let's pin that down.
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whoever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
I wouldn't say.
We're going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation is more likely.
Maybe.
It's possible she was pushed from a great height.
Could she have drowned?
Gotta look at everybody. Determine the specific cause of death. Think about the condition of Mew's body, that should give a clue.
In the virtual world, Miu was fatally injured. So let's focus our efforts on that first.
Whoever did that to Mew was dropped right next to her avatar. It has to be the hammer!
We're going to beat her with his bare hands.
Are we certain that blunt force was involved? I think strangulation.
And that can be proven by her corpse.
I agree! Mew's body showed severe trauma and signs of a struggle.
Yeah, she looked like she suffered. Very hard to look at.
Right. And the virtual world is connected to our 5 senses. If her body experienced pain, she must have been in pain in the virtual world as well. Knowing that, I believe Maki is correct. Mew was strangled to death.
Yeah, definitely. Strangling and poison are the only methods that can make her look like she suffered.
And remember, this girl's an assassin, so you might as well believe her.
But we already removed the possibility of poison, so it can only be strangulation. Also, When a victim is poisoned, they commonly grab their chest or mouth. But Miu was holding her throat. It's obvious she was trying to protect her windpipe.
Oh. The assassin master gets really chatty when it comes to corpses.
Well, of course, that's what she specializes in. Yeah, I should shut up too.
In that case, her exact cause of death is being strangled in the virtual world.
But is strangulation even possible in the virtual world?
It can be.
If the avatars were equally strong, it would be difficult to strangle a resisting victim.
Yeah, if she was just as strong as them, no way they could have strangled her.
Then the culprit would need a tool. There are tons of cases where a weaker person would strangle a stronger person with a rope.
Wow, you know a lot about killing, nerd.
Shut up. Yeah. I'm surprised she hasn't killed you yet.
But was there even a rope in that world? I don't remember seeing one.
Then they must have used something else as a rope.
Something for a rope? I have no idea what that might be. I found it in investigation. If a rope is not possible, what about toilet paper? I know that seems absurd, but this is Danganronpa. Anything goes.
During the investigation, we found toilet paper outside the mansion.
Gosh dang it, this keeps unplugging. This is not good. Is this toilet paper? What would toilet paper be doing here?
I'm guessing that the toilet paper was used to strangle her.
No can ignore that!
I was like, I'll put the controller down and then bam, rebuttal
What
shot.
do you mean, Shuichi?
Huh? What's wrong?
What's wrong? Shuichi goofing off! Not gentlemanly at all!
Tell me then, because I'm not gonna know unless you tell me.
There's no time for nonsense! You know we use toilet paper in place of rope! Would tear too easy!
No, the killing game simulator makes sure objects can't break. The toilet paper wouldn't be an issue.
The toilet paper wouldn't tear, because in the virtual world, objects are unbreakable.
You're so dumb, Gonta. You didn't even know that?
If objects can't break in that world, then toilet paper shouldn't be able to tear. And since it couldn't tear, it could be used as a rope.
Gonta not really understand, but... Sorry, Shuichi. Gonta was wrong.
No need to apologize, man.
It's okay, Gonta. Don't worry about it.
Killed by toilet paper. It was a fitting end for her.
Ironically enough, it probably was.
A fitting end? I do not fully understand that logic.
You know what? Neither do I. I'm just throwing stuff out there.
But if Miu was killed near the chapel, why was the murder weapon by the mansion?
Okay, that's true too.
Maybe the culprit tried to get rid of it to destroy the evidence.
The culprit meant to get rid of the evidence. They did a poor job of it. There's a much better place they could have destroyed it.
If toilet paper was the murder weapon, then what's the deal with the hammer next to her?
It could easily be framed as a weapon.
Perhaps the culprit prepared a backup weapon, just in case.
Or that.
No, the culprit didn't bring the hammer.
No? But who else but the culprit would bring a hammer?
But we already know who brought the hammer. Was Miu Iruma, because she left the hammer in.
That's it! Miu was the one who brought the hammer.
Miu bring hammer?
Remember what she told us?
I wrote the program to delete all dangerous objects that could be used as weapons.
Yeah, she did say she deleted any dangerous objects.
But she left one in. The hammer.
If that were true, she wouldn't have missed something like a hammer. Meaning that Miu must have left it on purpose.
On purpose?
But why she do that?
You brought the hammer for sure, but what did she need it for? You need to make that clear.
Let's assume that Mew brought the hammer. What was she planning to do with it?
Maybe use it to break down a wall?
Uses for a hammer. Gonta, no! Mew gonna build stuff with hammer!
But why?
Probably just brought it for self-defense.
Or she secretly met up with someone.
Yeah, you.
I agree.
Mew was gonna meet up with someone in the virtual world.
This controller is gonna give me problems every step of the way.
Mm-hmm. With me. I was supposed to meet up with Mew on the roof of the mansion.
What? Is that true?
Absolutely.
I overheard them talking about it at the chapel.
By the way, Mew asked to meet up with me before we went into the virtual world. I totally forgot where we were supposed to meet, so good thing Keyboy spied on us.
Wait, so Miyu called Kokichi out?
If Mew brought the hammer, I wonder what she was planning to do with it.
Bonk you with a hammer? Peach's already figured it out. She's planning to. Kill.
That's it.
Kill him.
She was trying to kill Kokichi.
She was what?
Yeah.
Yep. She plotted to meet up with me and then kill me with the hammer. If you want to prove this, you'll need to figure out Mew's plan, okay?
Use plan, huh? I'm sure if analyze the clues we found, we can figure something out. Alright, let's do it. We just went over this. It was me. The only possible place I can think of where I was me trying to take it was where they wanted to meet the beast. It was the only isolated place in the virtual world that they could meet. Or the virtual world. The real world would have been too risky. The afterlife doesn't really exist, and the virtual world is the only place you can meet. I run sound tests to make sure they didn't do As a bottle of poison on Kokichi's teeth. It was to frame him into thinking he died by a bottle of poison. Not more. To divert attention. It wasn't hidden, it wasn't misplaced. It was to divert attention to the investigation.
She wanted it to appear as if Kokichi was killed in the real world.
She placed the poison on my seat to make us think the murder happened in the real world.
He did that too?
What? Miu was the one who put that poison bottle there? No, that ain't right. Something's definitely weird about that.
And what's weird about it? If she went this far to set up her plan, you gotta assume that she was the one behind it, alright?
When could Miu have put the poison there?
If she did place the poison without us noticing, then she must have logged out at some point.
No, because it doesn't show that.
And then what? Log back in?
Kokichi, weren't you in the salon around that time? Did you see her log in or log out at all?
Nope, I didn't see that at all.
If she hadn't logged in or out, then Miu couldn't have placed the poison.
Actually, the login record proves that she logged in later than any of us. She was the last one to log in. Hence, she could have placed the bottle there.
It was Miu who planted the poison on Kokichi's chair. She had plenty of time to do it. Here, take a look at this.
Is this a record of who went in and out of the virtual world?
And as you can see, Miu was the last one to log in.
That's right. It says that Miu was the last of us to log in.
Yeah, what about it?
If she logged in last, she would have had time to move around in the real world after the previous person logged in.
That's right. She could have placed poison bottle on Kokichi's seat.
Sorry about that, guys.
This was all part of Miu's plan. She tried to kill me in the virtual world, make us think it happened in the real world, then pin the crime on Kaito.
But why Kaito?
Well, that's not my fault.
Which is why she manually logged you out, just for that purpose.
And the cell phone proves it.
So she did that to me?
Yes, I'm positive of that. Miu used a method only she could use to log Kaito out manually.
How did Miu log Kaito out? It was through the cell phone.
This is it!
That's proven during the investigation.
It was the cell phone found by Miu's avatar. That cell phone worked the same way as the phone in the salon. It logs users in and out. I verified this myself when I spoke Kaito's name into it.
Kaito Momota. He logged out, just as I thought.
I see. With that cell phone, she could force anyone to log out at any time.
Exactly.
But Miu never mentioned a cell phone, right?
Because that was part of our plan. If we were aware of a cell phone that could log users in and out, don't you think we'd all be suspicious of it?
That's what Shuichi referred to when he mentioned a method only she could use. She kept the cell phone a secret on purpose, so she could use it for the murder.
So, she really was planning a murder.
And she tried to set me up.
Well, I knew that from the start.
Because he's the antagonist, and why not?
Then why did you say I was the culprit?
Because I wanted to get it through your thick skull. People you trust and defend will ultimately betray you. This is a game of suspicion.
For once, I agree with him. People you trust and defend will ultimately betray you. This game is not all cupcakes and rainbows. It wouldn't get an M rating if it was. But that's not the idea. You can't afford to trust anyone here, no matter how long you've known them. And I'm sorry, Kaito. That's very true. For someone who's already played 2 killing games beforehand, you can't afford to trust anyone.
Well, I think your ideals should stay the same. Because phonies like you are what make the game more interesting. Don't you agree, Monokuma?
What about Monokuma?
Do I? I don't know about that.
He's still depressed.
Huh? Wait, what were we talking about?
How people like Kaito make the game more interesting?
I wonder when Daddy's gonna get his motivation back.
Yeah! If Father keeps slacking off, all the work is gonna get forced onto Mommy.
Huh? Mommy?
Yeah, your mommy is dead.
My head! I feel like I'm about to remember something, but I can't.
What's wrong, Monotaro? Pull yourself together!
Anywho, it's a blessing in disguise that Mew died and not me.
What you mean?
Because she wouldn't have said anything about what really happened in the virtual world.
That's true.
You guys would have had a way harder time finding the culprit, you know. She would have been able to lie about the virtual world settings as much as she wanted. And you'd never know that the murder actually took place in the virtual world.
And Kokichi's our only skilled liar in the group.
So that's why she decided to attempt a murder, because she had total control.
And the reason Mew was so insistent we go into the virtual world was...
So she could plan this murder. You guys are only complaining because you haven't been to the virtual world yet. But once you go, you'll understand. Seriously, it's so freaking awesome. I know you guys will love it. And then you're gonna fall in love with me for showing it to you guys. So just dive right in, okay? We'll do it together.
She was insistent we go there so she could kill us. What a shady person.
I was sad that she was gone, but now I don't know what to think.
Nice! Backstabbed by a trusted friend. See? That's an ideal fun situation. Now we can start a real class trial.
I don't know what to think of this guy anymore.
Hey, Kokichi sort of sound like Monokuma.
That he does. But I highly doubt he's the mastermind. Why? Why would the mastermind go out of their way to act like Monokuma? Okay? The mastermind's job in this game is to be the less suspicious you are, the more people will not think you're the mastermind, and hence you can get away with your plan.
Really? I don't sound anything like him.
And no, I meant, he means not as in voice, he means as in actions.
No, you're just like Monokuma. Both of you are cowards. You never speak the truth or show your true face.
Wait, coward? You say some interesting things sometimes, Kaito.
Smiling, putting on a mask, never saying what you really think.
Angie did that too. Like Kokichi, Angie hid behind the mask too, and that was Chua.
That kind of cowardice is just like Monokuma.
Daddy, they're calling you a coward. Aren't you gonna do something?
Yeah, I just gotta do my signature laugh, right? There, I did it.
He is so depressed.
He's completely lost his drive. Like a one-hit wonder who clings to their former fame.
My head!
Listen up, Kokichi. To hell with this game of suspicion crap. I will never be okay with it.
Same here, man.
I'm just gonna believe in everyone.
Even if they betray you in the end?
Instead of suspecting my friends, I'm gonna find the truth by believing in them.
Well, if you think you can win this game like that, then sure, be my guest.
Of course I can. I don't need your permission.
How long are you guys going to argue? Let's hurry this up and continue. If we don't find the culprit, then we'll all die. You know that?
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
How in God's name could you possibly forget that?
If we are going to begin searching for the culprit, let's start with Kokichi's story.
Huh? My story?
Yeah, the one you just blurted out saying you were gonna meet up with Mew.
You were meeting with Mew, but she ended up as the victim. So it's only natural for us to think you're the killer, right?
Here's my answer. I never met up with Mew.
You didn't?
I tried to go to the roof to meet up with her, but the door was locked.
Isn't lockpicking your specialty? You should have been able to open it easy.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Mew would have specified if you lost your skills in the virtual world.
I couldn't pick locks with my avatar body. I didn't have the tools for it either. Also, I never went to the roof, not even for the meeting.
And, okay, I get why the roof is locked, because it was, but why would you not even show up for the meeting that, you arranged?
I remember you and Gonta went off together when we first started looking.
But was the door to the roof actually locked? When I was on the roof before logging out, the door wasn't locked.
Huh? How should I know?
Then who locks the door to the roof?
I already told you. How should I know?
When I went to the roof, it wasn't locked. So you gotta be lying.
What good would it be if I lied? I don't want to die either, you know.
What happened to you? First off, you're like, oh, I don't mind if I lie because it makes things more interesting. But now you're saying, what good would it be if I lied? I don't want to die either.
Lying would do you a lot of good if you're the culprit.
But the fact that we know his little walls, or we know his little, I don't know what to call it, but tics. When it comes to lying, we know his little, we know the way he talks.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Kokichi. Lying would do a lot of good. But even though the text box didn't show up, I knew he was going to jump back to something, but I'm still thrown off.
What kind of response is that? That's suspicious as hell!
Wait, there's no point in arguing about that now. The truth will come out eventually. Before we get to that, we need to discover the truth behind Miu's death.
That's exactly it.
Truth?
Uh-huh.
There were mysterious circumstances surrounding her death. We need to make sense of those first.
Wow, Shuichi, you know your way around this game.
That we do.
Yes, keep up the hard work. The fate of our lives rests in your hands.
Quite literally, since I'm the one doing it.
So, what is this strange circumstance?
Kokichi claims it was Miu who chose the meeting place. But I'm wondering how she got from the chapel to the mansion's roof.
I see. Miu sent the bridge connecting the mansion and chapel into the river herself.
If that's the case, then Miu might not have even gone to the roof.
Huh? So she stood me up? It's very rude to break a promise.
You're the one who didn't even go to the roof either, so you both stood each other up. It's true, first thing it sounded like me was actually there. Did she go, or she never moved at all?
Miu was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No, Miu should have been at the chapel. Look at where her avatar fell. It's right next to the chapel.
How would she have gotten to the mansion? There was no bridge over the river.
A bridge would be the only way to get across.
So, her meeting with Kokichi...
She stood me up!
First glance, seems as it's impossible for me to go to the mansion. Has some evidence that shows it was possible.
Miu was waiting for me to arrive. I'm sure she was waiting on the rooftop of the mansion.
No.
No, according to the movie, she was right here, next to the mansion.
Miu must have gone to the mansion. We have a witness.
Yeah, when I was searching the dining room, I saw Miu pass by the window.
Then why didn't you say so sooner?
Sorry, I thought I was just mistaken at first, since there was no way she could have come to the mansion. But I guess I wasn't mistaken after all. That was definitely Miu.
Then, how did she get to the mansion from the chapel?
There must have been some special method only Miu knew, like with that cell phone.
There's no doubt about that. That's why she dropped the bridge. If a murder occurred when it was impossible to cross the river, she wouldn't be implicated.
Exactly.
She used a secret method to move from the chapel to the mansion for the murder.
She dropped the bridge to make a huge scene, just to let everyone know it's no longer there.
So, what secret method did she use?
It won't be that easy to figure called a secret method for a reason.
No worries, guys. As long as we leave it to Shuichi, everything will be A-okay.
Please stop dropping all your burdens on me. We all need to work together. What?
What are you saying? We can't just rely on Shuichi all the time. This class trial's for all of us. We're here to solve this together.
You would just slow down Shuichi.
Shut up!
I don't have time to deal with Fuji. Right now I need to focus on the case. I'm positive you need some time, especially back to this mansion. We to figure out what it was.
The way across it only you knew about.
Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard, maybe.
Or, instead of bridge, you used some kind of vehicle to go over.
There's no vehicles like that.
Maybe she teleported with magic. Or she used a warp zone.
Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only Mew could use to get across.
That is the wall she added.
I agree.
That's it, Kibo. There was a hidden route only Mew could use.
Was there really?
Yep.
Mew modified the program to add a special wall to the world. The wall stretches along the y-axis, but we found 2 such walls in the virtual world. It's unclear whether Mew added the wall by the mansion or the wall near the chapel. We do know that that wall was set so that only objects could pass.
You're about to shut on, yep.
Shuichi.
The text cut off. That's how you know.
What is it, Kaito?
Jeez, you set up a weird wall like that? That is suspicious. But it's got nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Nothing to do with it.
Huh. You don't even realize your mistake? You losing your edge? Oh well, my sidekick's mistakes are my mistakes. I'll make it right.
We were talking about a method that Mew could use to cross to the mansion. A wall seems like a way to do it. And me thinking, we just walk into the wall, Crystal. No, you won't.
What we gotta figure out is how Mew got from the chapel to the mansion, right? So why waste time talking about the impossible? It's pointless. We gotta take a whole new approach here.
Now wait just a second. It's not actually impossible at all.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all.
Wait, yeah, she is.
So let's go through this one more time.
There's no doubt that Mew's able to pass through that wall. And we get some kind of proof for that.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all.
She is. Because she set her avatar to be an object, not a human.
The wall wasn't the only thing that Mew changed. She also changed her avatar settings from human to object.
From human to object?
Which means the virtual world treated her avatar as an object. She could have passed through a wall that only non-humans could go through.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Kaito. We need to listen to everything Shuichi says.
I'm really getting sick of everyone dumping their burdens on me. I really am. Just because I'm the ultimate detective does not mean I'm in charge of everything. Now I understand how Kyoko feels.
I already told you. The more you try, the more you cause us trouble. So totally lame that your own sidekick is dissing you!
I never said a word, man.
Kokichi, enough! I wasn't arguing with him. I was just explaining.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all. It just means even I make mistakes. Don't worry about it, Shuichi.
I love this relationship so much.
Okay.
It's pretty funny seeing Kaito try to act all tough like this.
Kokichi, Please refrain from making such irrelevant and irrational remarks.
But that's his entire character arc.
So, if Mew messed with the program and made a wall only she could go through,
Then her secret route was through that wall?
that's it, right? Like using a glitch in a game to walk outside the map.
I've done it before. It's super fun.
I bet Mew had a hidden passage like that in the back of the chapel.
But even if she could walk through walls, was there really a hidden passage? Because Mew said...
No, you're not trapped here. Beyond that wall is the end of the world. Literally. Yes, past that wall, nothing exists. Everything ends there.
She probably lied. There would be no point in going if there was nothing on the other side.
You lied. Huh.
I wonder what the truth is. There's no way to find out now.
That cum-soaked urinal cake was totally lying about there being nothing past the wall.
I don't even want to look at that insult right now.
She lived a life of pride, vulgarity, and secrets. Lying would be a piece of cake for her.
That's true.
Kichi, you no have to go that far.
I'm not insulting her like that, but I'm really serious. She was vulgar till the end. So let's just say lying would have been super easy for her.
Stop it! Don't badmouth Mommy!
I'm not trying to badmouth her. I'm just following up on what Kokichi was saying. Minus the insults.
Momotaro!
Listen to you, talking about Mommy. She was a terrible lying whore.
Okay, that's not what I was trying to say, but alright.
But Mommy wasn't lying. There was no hidden route in that virtual world.
Oh, there wasn't, huh?
Thanks, Monotaro!
Hey! You can't tell them such an important hint!
Oh, if you say that hint is important, then I guess it must be true.
Oh, shit!
Ah, jeez. You're cute.
So Kokichi saying all this stuff about me to get the cups to reveal something? Just to thank him, but I have no idea why he does things sometimes.
So now that we know there's no hidden route, why did she manipulate the program? If there's actually nothing past the wall, then that setting was meaningless.
Mew wouldn't have done something meaningless. She would have had a plan.
Yes. Mew definitely wanted to be able to go through that wall for a reason. We aren't sure why yet, but once we solve the mystery of the virtual world...
Mystery of virtual world?
Gonta, dude, you were there with us. You should know what this is.
There have been a lot of strange occurrences in the virtual world. If we can determine why, we will also determine what Mew was up to. We'll know why she wanted to pass through the wall.
All right, let's clear up those strange occurrences.
Yeah, Gonta will help, even though Gonta not know what you're talking about.
Speaking of strange occurrences, I'm just plain worried about that one thing. Remember? That thing that made us notice all the strange occurrences?
Fence that led us there. Wait, what do we have in the virtual worlds? Was it the loud noise?
This is it!
Yeah, it was.
You mean the loud sound that you and I heard in the kitchen?
Didn't get me this time. What was that sound? It sounded something was struck very hard. It came from outside, but...
You all heard that sound too?
Yes, in the mansion's kitchen.
But that sound occurred near the chapel. How did you hear it all the way at the mansion?
First off, sound can't go past the map loading point. Did that sound really come from the chapel?
That sound was something hitting the chapel wall. It was real loud.
And we definitely heard it. We heard Kibo's voice as well.
For now, let's go outside and check. Oh no! I couldn't do that voice. What? That was Kiba's voice, right? I think I heard him outside. He sounded close.
You heard my voice too?
What? That is pretty strange.
Exactly. That has to be some kind of clue to the mystery of the virtual world.
Okay, well, let's check the answers later and try to find all the other clues first. There was another mysterious phenomenon in the virtual world, wasn't there?
Kokichi talked like he noticed something, pretending not to know.
Even Gonta is suspicious of me? I always thought you would be the one to trust me!
Seriously? You want people to start trusting you now?
Sorry, going to not mean it like that.
There's no need to apologize to him. He's probably just lying again.
What was the other strange occurrence? Did you see it, Shuichi?
Another mysterious phenomenon. Something that shouldn't be possible, like you in the mansion, that loud noise. And everything else that happened in there. Oh, I now remember what they wanted to talk about. I'm like, wait, what strange occurrence? And then I remembered. What about the signboard appearing on the other side of the chapel or the mansion?
I see it!
The sign that we were using as a bridge was odd to me.
Odd how?
We mentioned it before, but Mew dropped the sign in the river. We found it later, but there was something unnatural about it.
Finding the sign was definitely weird. I'm most confused by how the sign got there. I just remember exactly what happened with that sign. Alright, here we go. It was being swept towards whoa! Okay, that's wrong. The river. Apparently that's what happens when you get an answer wrong. What an experience, huh? Where's the end of the river? It's possible it's at the end of the wall, isn't it? There's a transition, so I gotta say, ends there. Nope, apparently not. Mansion side. Or chapels? No. Mansion side first. Nope, chapel side. Oh, wait, I'm actually losing health because of that. That should have been obvious, but I mean, I'm good on health, but at the same time, I don't want to just screw up. I didn't even notice that. There was a sign to account after it was something wrong. Well, that part's obvious. It was found in the rocks. It was found in mansion cell specifically. But then from the chopper side, it's in the mansion cell. Sorry about that. Just trying to check the numbers. Hold it, guys. Otherwise this commentary would have gone to waste. And believe me, I do not like wasting my time. Final phase, let's do was found this way to the signboard float. It floated down and got caught on the outside. If you went right, it would have flowed into the chopper side. It did not. So it flowed with the current. I think it was with the current. Apparently, I don't know how currents work against the current. Just floated down the river and got caught in the box down.
It appeared as though the sign was carried against the river's current.
Apparently I'm bad at Psych Taxi. Oh!
We all saw Mew drop the sign and watched the river carry it downstream.
That makes a lot more sense.
And the river was wide there. The sign should have traveled downriver toward the chapel, correct? It should have hit the wall on the far side of the chapel and stopped there. But that's not where we found it.
The only conclusion I can think of
We found it near the mansion, nestled in some rocks.
is that the world is designed to loop. But am I right?
The signboard should have been near the chapel, but we found it on the other side.
Hold up. Didn't you stay on the chapel side?
That she did.
She probably grabbed the signboard from the chapel wall to cross the river,
Then we would have seen the signboard.
then left it on the boulders near the mansion so she could get back.
Why would she leave the signboard where it could get swept away and leave her stranded?
Also, this has nothing to do with walking through the wall, right? We're getting off topic. We're so close to the truth. We just have to connect the how and what. All the mysterious things that happened have to connect with each other somehow.
Connect how?
A wall only objects can pass through. Sounds that shouldn't be heard. A signboard going against the river current. How are they all connected?
I don't know, but Shuichi should know, right?
What?
We would be in a lot of trouble if you didn't.
That you would be.
The only one who can solve this mystery and save us all is you.
What are you, an anime protagonist?
So, how are they connected? Do you know Shuichi?
Well, what we know so far is that the unnatural way the sign was carried is possibly related to the wall.
And that can be proven by the map of the worlds.
This is it!
The wall added. It has to do with it, right?
It might have to do with a wall that only objects can pass through. The sign should have stopped at the wall on the other side of the chapel, but if that wall happened to be the one that Mew set to allow objects through,
Then the board would have no problem.
I see. It's a wall only non-humans can pass through.
And since that board isn't
That
human.
means the signboard can pass through the wall, right?
Exactly.
Even if it could pass through the chapel wall, how'd it end up by the mansion?
It get caught on the rocks.
The only way it could do that is if the wall was a warp zone. But it's not, right?
That's right, that's the real issue here. How could the signboard pass through the wall but end up on the mansion side? Who would explain that?
Leave it to me, Shuichi. I, your partner, will give you hints in times of trouble.
Hey, buddy, get your eyes checked. Kaito is my partner. What?
This is the virtual world. We should throw away all of our common sense, okay?
Huh? What the hell does that even mean?
Kokichi might be onto something there. You need to forget about what we just know and just think about it. How did the signboard pass through the wall downstream and end up upstream? Putting common sense aside and focusing on the flow of the river, how did the sign downstream and upstream connect?
that's it! What if both ends of the river were connected?
Huh? Both ends of river connected?
Exactly. To put it another way, the river isn't cut off at the wall near the chapel. It's all part of one big loop.
There we go.
The upstream part of the river is connected to it.
I was right. The world does loop.
What? What are you talking about? Both ends of the river can't...
Again, throw out all common sense from your head. We're talking about the virtual world.
Then what about the wall? There was only one wall that could be passed through.
Right. Even if the river's connected and it goes through the chapel wall, it wouldn't have been able to go through the mansion wall too.
In that case,
I got it! I know why Mew only set up one wall.
What are you talking about now?
the reason she only set up one wall is because the chapel and the mansion walls. They're the same wall.
That's it! The walls by the chapel and the mansion aren't separate. They're the same wall. The same wall? It's not just the river. The walls themselves are connected. Don't think of it as two separate walls, but a single wall parallel to the y-axis. That single wall divides the entire virtual world.
If you think about it like that, it makes
The
sense.
idea is, you pass through the wall by the chapel and come out by the mansion.
Everything is starting to connect. See, didn't I tell you? Everything is connected.
Damn it, Kokichi! Just tell us!
It's okay. More importantly, this is the final stretch! If both the river and wall are connected, then you can find the secret. Shuichi, you already know the secret behind the virtual world, right?
That I do. Secret, huh? Yes, it's supposed to be clear about that. You solve the mystery of the virtual world. Don't lie, you saw that as an end. I did too, so I'm not lying. Let's clear this up once and for all. What does the world do? is one giant loop.
I see now. Yes, that's it. The virtual world is a loop. Loop?
Just like in old games, right? Like, for example, when a character goes off the left side of the screen and reappears on the right.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. The edges of the virtual world are linked together in a continuous loop.
The virtual world loops?
What in the world?
Yeah.
If that's true, it would explain the way the signboard was swept away. It vanished into the wall downstream of the river, came out of that same wall upstream,
Got caught on the rocks. If you completely remove away the black walls, it looks like the walls and everything are the same.
and floated with the current until it got caught on the rocks.
What was the world like before Mew added the wall?
Actually, there wasn't a wall on the y-axis at all, and the x-axis was set to loop.
Are you serious? Even if it is a computer program, isn't that too crazy?
Remember, Kaito, this is a computer program designed by Monokuma. Anything goes.
A looping world. That's more extraordinary than even magic.
But at least it's not a boring answer. It also explains all the things that happened.
Huh? It doesn't explain everything, does it? Because we still don't know why we heard that one sound or Kibo's voice.
Alright, if you guys want to see the next part of the class trial, please consider a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys!